What's going on, my fellow Jedi Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi Gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel. And if you guys are new, welcome. We're going to take you guys through a Warlock build here to round us out on our builds before we take a nice little break. We're going over the Astrocyte verse. This is going to be a PvP build for you guys, making an absolutely nasty combo. At least I've been loving it. Moving around, bouncing around, but we got move to survive right here. Blink further, more frequently, causing targets near you to become volatile. Pretty sweet little thing right there. Weapons, ready quickly out of blink. Radar remains. So much going on right there. Nova Warp super, we're going to be using prismatic, so we're not using that. Dark blink does not cost the super, so it doesn't really matter. Again, provides a small bit of airborne effectiveness, so totally depends on what we're going into and using. Weapons wise, I was using a sniper SMG, so it felt pretty good to me. But Astrocyte verse right here, definitely good little blink build. Alright, right here we got ourselves the Song of Flame for our super. We're using Phoenix dive so we can get that quick burst of healing, plus we're going to be using Helion, so that comes back really quickly, and the combination pairing those two together is disgusting. Of course, we're going to be using blink because we're using that Astrocyte verse. We need it, we have to have it, of course. But on top of that, we got our Arcane Needle, 3 little melees, so we can have that lightning surge. Easily the most cheesy and most broken thing for a Warlock inside of the Crucible. Absolutely hate going up against people using this, so you know, if you can't beat them, join them. Throwing that bad boy on with our Arcane Needle, and then to make it even worse, we're freezing people on top of that, so we're going to get Helion to get going, basically shooting people without us having to do anything. We're going to get Lightning Surge to be able to hit them from a mile away with our melee, jolt people, as well as freeze them, walk right up to them, slap them in the face with a sniper, melee them, whatever you got to do. But good little combo. Moving on to our fragments, we got ourselves the Facet of Solitude right here. Landing those precision hits, emits a severing blast from the target. Pretty good little severing blast, especially in those 6s. We got Iron Banner right now, especially with the game mode, whatever it's called right now, Fortress, something like that, with the turrets that spawn. You can get that severing blast on those bad boys, any of those fellow guardians that are just chilling in that ring, so definitely good little perk. Next off, we got Facet of Awakening. Defeating targets with lighter darkness or super, create those elemental pickups for us, so I think we'll be able to get a couple different runs with this. We're going to create tangles, we're going to get stasis shards, we're going to get fire sprites, as well as ionic traces, so bunch of different things just based on Awakening right there. Facet of Courage, Arc, Solar, Void abilities do increase damage to those targets affected by the stasis or that strand debuff that we got, so if we hit them with a normal melee, we freeze them. Our Helion, our slide is going to do just a wee bit more damage. Right here, Facet of Sacrifice. While you have an Arc, Solar, Void buff, our ability Final Blows generate Darkness Transcendent energy, and since we're not really using anything in the Darkness Transcendent wise with our weapons either, this is nice for us to get Transcendent in the Crucible, which is definitely a good little thing, especially on this Warlock. These Void Grenades that suck people in and freeze, absolutely disgusting. Second to last right here, well, we have those elemental buffs. Our class ability regens more quickly, so with this we're going to be able to basically get our class ability and that Helion all the time, because we're going to be able to get amplification really easy with this build. So very good little thing to get proc, so we can Phoenix dive, Helion, and then just rinse and repeat. One of the reasons that we're getting that is Facet of Dawn right here. When we get those powered melee hits, it's going to make us radiant, so absolutely disgusting, because we got 3 Arcane Needles. When we slide, that also counts as a melee hit, so becoming radiant is very easy, so then we can get Hope to proc right there as well, and do even a little bit more damage with our SMG or our sniper, depending on what you're comfortable with. So right here with our mods and such, we're gonna go with Resilience, Recovery, Discipline as our 3. You could go with Strength if you wanted to, so you can get those slides more often, but I like freezing people, that's why I went with Discipline. Definitely want Recovery as my number 1 as a Warlock, so I can get that Phoenix dive Helion to proc, and then just Resilience as high as you can get it, in my personal opinion. Doesn't hurt at all inside of PvE or PvP, so for me, got Kinetic Targeting right there, double with that Powerful Friends to help our other fellow Guardians get that nice little armor increase, being able to like internally feedback loop off of our Grenade melee class ability, getting them back by doing damage with the others. We're going to have Unflinching Kinetic because we're using a Kinetic Sniper. Didn't really need that unflinching or targeting or anything for the SMG, at least in my personal opinion, so that's why I went with double Kinetic in both of those. Recuperation, Orbs of of Restoration, Absolution, getting us a little bit of health, getting us our abilities back with these two. Bomber, so again, we can just cast our Rift, or I should say, we're not using a Rift, we're using Phoenix Dive, but gonna be able to create more Orbs of Power because of that. Plus, we're gonna get our Grenade back again, even more freezing going on. Absolutely love it. Definitely what I went with again. So you could go with Strength if you want more slides going around, but I think they're too cheesy, so I went with Grenade. So for weapons right here, got trying out a couple different things right here. This is my newest Adept Eye of Soul that I've been using, Moving Target Snapshot. I do think I like my other one a little bit more that I've had for a little bit longer with I think it has Opening Shot on it, something like that. But either way, was using this bad boy mixed with the Adept Sire's Wrath right here, killing target as well, or target lock, killing wind I should say, with that Nadir's Force with Adept range. This thing is pretty juicy at that 87, hitting people from a good little bit away. Just changed out my whatever you call them, enemy defeat badges, so you can see how good I am in the Crucible. But we got Xenophage of course as well, so we can really just kind of cause some chaos, do a couple shots in the Crucible with that, get some defeats. I love this thing for sure in both PvE as well as PvP. On the artifact right here, nothing too crazy. We're going to be using anti-barrier sniper, anti-barrier SMG. Doesn't really do too much inside of the Crucible of course, but something maybe with those Titan shields thrown down, you can really destroy them a little bit quicker, so I went with those right here. Definitely a good one as well. Radiant Orbs, again, we are getting Radiant with the melee, just getting melee damage, but picking up Orbs of Power that we create as well, or the teammates create, etc. We're going to be able to come Radiant again, which will help us to get our ability and our class ability back a little bit faster. And then of course we got our two right here, Transference and Shield Crush. Nothing too crazy. Going to be using this for grenade recharges, deals a little bit of increased damage as well, so not crazy about that. But we got the Transference as well, so nothing again Hunter journal wise, again more PvE based, but we like this build. Make people volatile just by blinking. No one can follow you around. Definitely spam that jump as much as you can. Get out of the way, get out of the faces of people, get in the faces of people if you will. No one's really paying attention if you will, so definitely like this build. Give it a try. Warlocks, hopefully you like it. Appreciate all you guys coming back to the channel again. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.